The fluorescent lights in the hospital break room buzzed softly as Maya Lopez sat alone at the corner table, her scrubs wrinkled, and her hair tied in a loose bun. Her coffee had long gone cold, but she didn't have the energy to get up and refill it. Her phone screen glowed in her hand, a picture of an elegant dress from a local boutique. Navy satin, simple but beautiful. She'd stared at it for days, imagining herself in it. Just once she wanted to look like she belonged among the people she cared for, like the nurses who had someone to dance with, to laugh with, to go home to. But reality hit her like a stone. Her rent was due next week. Her mother's medication had just doubled in price. The number in her bank account wouldn't even cover one sleeve of that dress. Still daydreaming, Maya? Her coworker Nina teased, sipping from her mug. Maya smiled sheepishly. Just looking. I'm not actually going. Come on! It's the hospital's biggest event of the year. Everyone's going to the charity gala. Even the CEO of Cole Industries, you know, the guy funding the new children's wing. Maya chuckled, brushing it off. Yeah, I doubt the billionaire will care if one nurse doesn't show up. Nina raised an eyebrow. Still, you've been working nonstop for months. You deserve one night to feel like a princess. Maya's smile softened. Maybe next year. When her break ended, she tucked her phone away and hurried back to the ward. Her first patient was a little boy with a broken arm, Ethan Cole Jr., a sweet, lively 8-year-old who had quickly become her favorite. He always asked for extra stickers and insisted she draw smiley faces on his casts. Hey, champ, Maya said as she entered his room. How's that arm holding up? Ethan beamed. Way better. Dad says I can go home soon. That's great news, she said warmly, adjusting his sling. Dad says I'm brave, he added proudly. I think your dad's right, Maya said, ruffling his hair. A deep voice behind her made her freeze. He's very brave. She turned, and there he was. Daniel Cole. The Daniel Cole. Even in his simple gray suit, he had the quiet authority of a man used to power. His presence filled the room. His dark eyes, calm but watchful, flicked briefly from his son to her. You must be Nurse Lopez, he said politely, offering his hand. Ethan talks about you all the time. Maya hesitated, then shook it. It's just Maya, she said softly. And he's been a model patient. Daniel smiled faintly, the corner of his mouth twitching. That's the first time anyone's called him that. Ethan giggled. She likes my jokes, Dad. Maya laughed, but she couldn't shake the strange flutter in her chest. There was something about Daniel. His quiet warmth, his protective way of watching his son, the tired sadness hidden behind his polished exterior, that made her heart ache. Thank you for taking such good care of him, Daniel said sincerely. I know you nurses don't hear that enough. She smiled, flustered. It's my job, Mr. Cole. When she left the room a few minutes later, Daniel's gaze followed her, soft, curious, and thoughtful. And for the first time in a long time, the man who had everything realized he wanted to know more about someone who had nothing to give, but kindness. 2 evenings later, Maya stood in the locker room exhausted after a double shift. She was about to change when a knock came at the door. Maya, it was Nina. Someone's asking for you in the lobby. Maya frowned. Who? Nina shrugged. I don't know, but he's tall, well-dressed, and definitely not here for a checkup. Maya wiped her hands on her scrubs and hurried to the reception area. When she stepped through the doorway, she stopped short. Daniel Cole stood there, surrounded by the warm glow of the hospital lights, holding a small white box. Her heart skipped. Mr. Cole? Is Ethan okay? Daniel's expression softened. He's fine. Actually, this visit is about you. Me? She asked, startled. He nodded and handed her the box. Inside, carefully folded, was a stunning evening gown, deep sapphire blue with a delicate shimmer. It was simple, elegant, and far beyond anything she could have ever afforded. Maya's hands trembled. Mr. Cole, I can't accept this. Yes, you can, Daniel said gently. It's not charity. It's gratitude. Her brows furrowed. Gratitude? He nodded. Ethan wouldn't stop talking about how kind you were, about how you stayed after your shift to tell him stories when he was scared. I haven't seen him that happy in months. Maya's throat tightened. He's a wonderful boy. You don't have to. I want to, he interrupted softly. There's a charity gala tomorrow night. It's something I usually attend alone, but I'd like you to come with me. Her breath caught. With you? He smiled, a rare, sincere smile that made her knees weak. As my first date. She stared at him, speechless. Mr. Cole, I'm just a nurse. You're a man asking a woman to dinner, he said simply. Titles don't matter tonight. She hesitated, her heart racing. He looked at her not like a billionaire speaking to a nurse, but like a man seeing someone genuine in a world of pretense. Finally, a small, nervous smile curved her lips. If you don't mind a terrible dancer, then yes, Daniel chuckled softly. Then it's a deal. He looked almost relieved, as though something heavy had lifted from his shoulders. I'll pick you up at 7. When he left, Maya stood there, still holding the box, her heart fluttering wildly. For once the world didn't feel unfair, it felt magical. And across the city, in the back of his sleek black car, Daniel couldn't stop smiling either. For the first time since his wife's passing years ago, he wasn't thinking about mergers, money, or headlines. He was thinking about a nurse with gentle eyes who made his son laugh and made him feel alive again.